Leanne Rose, no slants. Kim Bailey in behind there. So, yeah, this is tough, and it's their state title. They're going to want to win it. The Aussie champ leads them away, Robbie Duncan.
Yes, Brucey. Certainly you were right, though. I think it's going to come out of those top three, but I've been wrong many times. Well, hello, they've thrown the yellow. Looks like they weren't happy with that start.
I don't know who they picked. Could have been Robbie Duncan. I'm not too sure. He was the pole car, though, so we'll see. Yeah, showing Robbie Duncan. Got a little excited, went a little too early. Tried to anticipate the start.
Bruce, I might just butt in for 2 seconds. I might do a stocker presentation.
Thanks, Greg. You're following Nick Duncan. Luke Patch, you're following Mark Philp. Mitchell Devillhand, you're following Kim Bailey. Courtney Winkley, you're following Scott Kilduff. Bailey Marsh, you're following Donna Graham. Samantha Clark, you're following Malcolm Dalby. Jared Whitney, you're following Darryl Bacon. I'm afraid he's a scratching. Sean Smith, you're following Scott Sward. Stephanie Randall, you're following Leanne Rose. And Brooke Webster, you're following Alvin Whaler. I'll give those again to you a little later on, folks. Back with the action. Race leader, Robbie Duncan. Says, colour me gone. I want the New South Wales title and the Australian title. He's already got the Aussie one, Mark. He's looking for New South Wales one to add to it.
Certainly is, Bruce. He certainly won't want to be beaten in this one. I know Robbie, he's out there and charging hard out in the lead. Oh, there's a bit of a tune-up between second and third there. I think that's Matt Bidner and Mark Philp got together, but they're A-OK and continue on.
Yeah, Philpy trying to sneak up the inside, tangle up there with Matty Bidner. The officials will be watching that. I think Philp thinks he can go a bit quicker than Bidner. He wants to get by.
Certainly, I think so too, Bruce. He wanted to chasing Robbie. He doesn't want to give him any start at all. He knows how quick he is.
Look at this. Mark Philp down the inside. Puts a move on. He's up in a second. Slips on by Boxhead's his name on the front of his car. That's his nickname. They're coming up on Donna Graham. About to put a big pass on her.
That way we got the yellows, Bruce. Apparently we've got something on the track.
Bit of debris on the racetrack is the call, yeah.
Bruce, I had to have a little bit of a chuckle in the Valiant, the 58 car. Must have an automatic gearbox in it, and just when he came along the straight then, it clicked into third gear, and you know that sound of a pretty, I wouldn't say pretty tight old gearbox. She just lay down into third gear and
a big old slow change.
Yeah, I could just imagine the gearbox looking up 17 laps to go. I can't believe this. I've got to push this ton and a half of Valiant around for another 17 laps.
Mate, what are they doing that they're letting it change gear? It's supposed to be locked in a second. You sure it wasn't changing from low up to second, mate?
Yeah, it could be. She'd have one of the good old Torque Flight 727s or something like that. Pretty indestructible, those things, actually.
Mate, don't knock them. There's one of those pushing my big old Dodge around.
Yeah.
Tell you what, the best part of 5 tonne.
Certainly is very, very experienced racer, Robbie Duncan, of course, as we all know, but he brings him to the white line now for a start.
We got a green, we're going racing. Alvin Whaler looking it up there in third, looking to improve in a second. Leanne Rose all over the back of Alvin. She'd love to finish on the podium in a state title. Had a big season too, the 77 car of Leanne Rose. Kim Bailey, Miss Kim Bailey, I should add. They're back there in 4th and 5th, the girls. They're giving them their share. They let them know they're there, Mark.
Absolutely, Bruce. The lady drivers out there doing a great job.
And I'm just jumping over the top of you. Mark Philp had a look down the inside of Robbie Duncan as he went under the Valvoline timer. Mark Philp has not come to run second.
Absolutely not, Bruce. He's out there and charging very hard, looking up the inside there, going through turn number 1. Certainly Duncan opened up a little bit of a gap there, but look, he pull it back in now between 3. Try and get a good run down the straight into 1. Alvin Whaler still holding down third position. The visiting driver, he's doing a good job out there amongst the locals. A little bit of a touch between the 2 leaders, but nothing too serious. As they come out of 4, a lap car here to come into play. As they go past Donna Graham now, 13 laps remaining on the clock, and of course the New South Wales title. Very good race up front. Scott Seward just back up on the infield there, back out onto the racetrack. 11 laps remaining, fans. Still Robbie Duncan out in the lead.
Yeah, Mark Philp there knocking at the door. He's there. He's putting the pressure on him. But as you said, Mark, Robbie Duncan, he's been around a long while, mate. He'll be conserving himself. He knows there's 11 laps to go. He's got the line, and he knows if Mark Philp's going to go by, he's going to have to move off the preferred racing line to make the pass. And then he's got to make it stick.
Certainly Robbie Duncan, not an easy man to pass indeed, Bruce, not at all. But Dita got a big lead out there over first and second over third place, but Alvin Whaler still out there in third place. And by crikey, he's still got a lot of cars behind him, Bruce, the visiting driver.
Well, mate, he's travelled all the way up from Curry, Newcastle. He's here, he figures he's a chance, and at the moment he's on the podium. Leanne Rose would like to change that. I'm sure she'd be delighted to sneak on by and get on the podium herself. But yeah, Mark Philp, he hasn't given up by no stretch of the imagination. And he's doing a great job to stay on terms with Robbie Duncan. Now there's the experience of Robbie Duncan. He got stuck in behind the big valiant. He said, to hell with it. Second place is going to come sneaking up the inside if I sit here for too long. And immediately moved down the racetrack to cover his line. Crafty driver, Robbie Duncan. Duncan, Philp. Long way back to Alvin. I'd say nearly a half a lap there, Mark. Well, it is. It's more than half a lap back to third. Mark Philp's trying just a little too hard. Won his first feature race here at Grafton this season. So he's just coming up through the ranks and doing a good job. But just that little bit more experience that Robbie Duncan is showing at the moment, I'd say.
Certainly is Bruce. There's certainly Robbie out there. The old master, as I like to call him. He's running a terribly good race. You see him back this season. He's been running great all year. And he's come to his best at title time.
Well, mate, he always produces at the right time. And with the state title up for grabs, I tell you what, Philps is going to have to pull something right out of the box to get by him. But as I say, he's still trying.
Bruce, what he's going to have to do, if he can get up close to him, if he's going to have one go, it's sort of like picking a fight with a prize fighter. You want to make your first fight a good one because Robbie's going to see what he's going to do, and then Robbie's just going to put his foot down just a little bit further. So Mark, if he can get up there, he's got to make his first try a very good one.
Well, I think that's part of the mistake he's made, Greg. He's been there and let him know he's there once or twice. As you said, Robbie Duncan's, a very skillful driver. You don't get to be the Australian champion as win as many titles as Robbie Duncan has. I think he's won. I think this could be New South Wales title number 10. You might ask him when you get him up on the podium, and I don't want to put the kiss of death on him. He's only got 2 more laps to go.
This is going to be interesting now with some lap traffic here. Robbie Duncan's been held up by some cars that are probably only about half a second a lap slower than him. And Mark Philp, he's really got to pull something out of the hat
right in between
trouble.
Leanne Bailey and Scotty Kilduff. Mark Philp is closing in. Robbie Duncan, white flag is out. Coming round, Mark Philp can get a little bit of a sniff of it.
Oh.
Duncan's gone high. Philp's come by, they've touched.
Goodness me.
White flag has dropped. 1 to go. Robbie Duncan fighting back. What a sensational finish here, folks.
Oh, he's hit him.
Philps has come through in the lead. And then he's just gone up and give Leanne Bailey. And Robbie Duncan's gone high. My goodness, Robbie Duncan's got a flat time's gone.
Mark Philps, New South Wales Streeter champion.
Robbie Duncan has lost his right front wheel all but, Greg. He's driven that across the line into second place with his right front wheel hanging off. Mark Philp won his first feature race only a couple of race meetings back, and now he's picked up the state title. Unbelievable.
I guess we can let him do a donut there. He's just won a New South Wales title.
Pretty sure it was Luke Gray there that made his way past Alvin Whalen, got into third place too.
Well, it's a good thing we had somebody who's staying calm and keeping an eye on that. Good on you, Mark. Greg and I got that excited, we forgot our third.
But it certainly was up front, Bruce. I mean, Teddy, it was very hard not to look at that. I'll tell you, it was very, very good racing up front. And certainly Robbie Duncan, as you said, crossed the line with, you know, the front end completely torn out of it, banging up against the wall there, but he did a great job.
Yeah, mate. And, you know, look, all right, the lap traffic, that allowed Mark Phil to get up, but that's part of Speedway. You know, you do come around and lap them quite regularly, and it's all part and parcel. It's the, you know, swings and roundabouts. So, you know, it's just a little bit of bad luck. But we got Robbie Duncan. He'll make his way across to the podium.
Streeter title. Goodness me, we've got some nice trophies out here for this too. Third place, Luke Gray. Well done, mate.
Thanks, Greg, that's him. LISMORE, thank you for sponsoring the night. I'd like to thank all the sponsors on my car, Summerland Demolition, Mathis Auto, Jimmo's Corner, Nimbin Hotel, big thank you to my wife and family, all my pit crew, Daniel for the loan of his parts to get my car back out on the track after I crashed him off, and others, thank you.
The second place goes to a visitor driver not all the way from the Hunter Valley, Ace Whaley. Got to say, cool name, Ace. Well done.
I'd just like to thank Curry Spears, Little Al, Chipper, young Blake Luke, and whoever else I forgot, and the first and third place, and Dave Wilson for a good car. Thank you.
And first place. Wow. Grafton boy. We've been doing it a few years. Went from Mr. Nice Guy to Mr. Nasty Boy a couple of years ago. Now you can actually, it really looks like you can drive a car, mate. There's just no fooling anyone. Everyone, I'd like to put your hands together for the New South Wales Streeter champion, Mark Phil.
Thank you, Greg. I'd just like to thank all my sponsors, first of all, Chandler's, Roach's Family Hotel, Cars Pies, Big River Auto Spares, Tom Land do a very good job out there helping me out. A big thank you to Lee Gordon, of course, and Mark Wright. They've done a very good job helping me get the car ready for tonight. But yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled, Greg. Thank you very much for a good track. Tough. And thank you to all my Grafton supporters. Tough.
The infield, they come to the white line for the start. Big Tony Graham puts the core to the floor and says, I'm up on the high line, I'll go over to Terry Flood, keeps the pedal down. Little bumpy.
Oh, I tell you what,